Narcissistic abuse can not only have a massive negative impact on our mental health, it can also have a negative impact on our physical health. Being in a relationship with a narcissist, be it an intimate partner, a family member, a boss, or a work colleague, even a friend, it is a highly stressful and a hideous experience, psychologically and physically. They are toxic with their continued games, leaving us uncertain of our own thoughts, actions and feelings. From their silent treatment, gaslighting, idolization, future faking, mirroring, devaluation, and then their discard. Mental and possible physical violence from some. Not only does it impact massively on our mental health, but it takes a toll on our physical health also, even when there's only psychological abuse. This video is for more information about how narcissistic people can destroy your physical health. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. As people, one of the worst stresses we can experience in life is that in a personal relationship with a manipulative narcissist. Mental abuse is one of the most painful experiences anyone can go through, emotionally, physically. Mental abuse is hard to see and it's difficult to overcome, leaving deeply hidden scars that we don't even know what has happened to us or how to heal from. A long-term relationship with a narcissist keeps you in a state of confusion with a total loss of self. A narcissist is like a virus that infects every part of you. They are a parasite that comes to feed off your willingness to help and support them. They steal your money, your home, your self-love, your self-worth, your self-trust, and they steal your reality. They take your mental health and your physical health, plus so much more. A narcissist wants to extract the maximum they can from you, which places you into the fight, flight, freeze or fawn mode. Most people in abusive relationships experience all four. Fight, especially in the beginning when it starts to fall apart, as you've fallen in love with them. You believe you love them. You believe they care about you. You don't see that they are your enemy playing mind games. It's a case of mental warfare and they are out to hurt you. So you might stand your ground and go all out to make things work with them. You might speak back. You might stand up for yourself. You might say no. These things you do are counteracted by the very person that you believe cares about you, who is just using you, exploiting you, and breaking down all your boundaries. So much more. The silent treatment is psychological abuse to control, to punish, to test boundaries, to avoid, so they can avoid taking responsibility, to make you feel guilty. When they initiate the silent treatment, it causes us psychological pain that we start to question ourselves. We start to question within our own minds what we did, what we could have said differently, what we could have done differently. We start to blame ourselves, look for what we did wrong. The silent treatments make us lose our self-worth and reality. We no longer feel enough, often doing all we can to make it up to them, to avoid our pain. Genuine people who are genuinely hurt by someone might not have the words and fall silent. It's not used to punish others. Narcissists use it time and time again to punish and to control. As the relationship progresses, we might freeze. If we know by doing something that is a normal everyday thing to do, like going out to meet up with friends, it might cause the silent treatment or one of the other many manipulative mind games narcissistic people play. We freeze and start to question all the what if. What if I go and do this? What will they do? Or we fawn, giving up on ourselves and giving up on the things we enjoy doing and giving in to the narcissist demands out of fear of consequences. Then we take flight. We realise something isn't quite right and we go. Gaslighting is psychological manipulation to distort our reality, our beliefs, our values. At first, we might fight those thoughts and their reality. As time passes, our natural defence mechanisms find it easier to fawn and give in. Hence, it's less confusing in our own minds, when in reality, this is actually working against us over a prolonged period of time. Something in us often flicks a switch, a light bulb moment happens. We take flight, we go no contact, and we start little by little putting our realities back together, the highs and lows along the way, yet we make it through to brighter days. Arguments, or whether the narcissist is just in a mood for an argument, whether they are trying to stop you from doing something, if you have caught them out on something, if you try and discuss something with them, or they're just not getting their own way. There are lots of reasons narcissistic people just love to create drama and conflict and argue. At first, we might fight back. Sometimes we freeze, especially when their eyes go that spine-chilling narcissistic stare. Or we might fawn, walking on eggshells around them, tiptoeing around them, watching all we say and do, fearing their actions towards us if we don't do as they please. We begin to take less and less care of ourselves and most often give up on ourselves, doing all we can to please them. Then one day something happens. It can be something major, it can be something insignificant, and we take flight. A narcissist will provoke you so that they get a reaction from you. And when we fight back, they can blame everything on us. Living in this mind state leaves us with so many anxieties, fears, and always under emotional stress, never knowing who they will be one day to the next, what might go wrong, what we might have done, constantly ruminating on how we can improve ourselves. We start living in a negative environment. It starts to rub off on us, playing heavily on our hearts, our minds, and our physical health. Being under constant fear and stress, as you are constantly worrying about what the narcissist might do next, looking for ways to counteract it, then they offer you that intermittent reward, that nice narcissist, as they play the game of reward, punish. They reward you when you do something that suits them, and then they punish you when they don't get their own way, or when they feel criticism, or when they get called out on their behaviour. So we start to question our own minds, as they can treat us so right for them to treat us so wrong, yet they blame us. The cycle leaves our minds, hearts and souls conflicted and in emotional pain. During this cycle, our body reduces so many chemicals. When in a relationship with a narcissist, long-term physical or psychological stress, even perceived stress, causes things such as the trauma bond, difficulties in sleeping, digestive problems, depression, anxiety, adrenal fatigue, being more vulnerable to illnesses, complications with illnesses, taking longer to recover from illnesses. You might end up with many health complications. You become so physically and psychologically drained, so physically and psychologically out of touch, starting to lose reality with the help of the narcissist gaslighting, which is further psychological abuse to distort our reality. So we're the ones questioning our own instincts, our own thoughts, our own feelings, leaving us with brain fog, confusion, that cognitive dissonance where our beliefs clash with evidence, yet the narcissist distracts and distorts the evidence so that we're left wondering what on earth is going on. So it clashes with our realities, leaving us with extreme mental discomfort. We slowly lose touch of our reality, leaving us trapped and looking towards the narcissist for reality checks, living in fear, obligated to them, feeling guilty if we don't do as they please, and most often isolated from all forms of support. Mostly we blame ourselves, as we cut ourselves off from people to avoid reactions from the narcissist. In reality, we were manipulated into cutting our loved ones out. Hence, the narcissist has further control of our realities. When our minds become drained and lacking in energy, our bodies take a massive hit, as it's our mind that subconsciously controls our body. If we want to walk, our mind is programmed subconsciously to tell us how to do it. Our mind works on a subconscious level to do all those simple day-to-day tasks. Yet when it's been reprogrammed on a subconscious level in negative, devastating ways, we cannot even see that's happening to us. When so much more is happening within our mind, it becomes increasingly harder to do those day-to-day things that used to be so easy, so natural. Our minds are heavily weighted down, and so are our bodies. A narcissist will use this against us, constantly putting us down, invalidating us, telling us that we're not capable, we're not good enough, that we're lazy. Why don't we make an effort? When we're trying our absolute best in a situation and difficult circumstances that we can't even recognise, we just cannot see clearly enough to see what's truly happening to us. When we have so much going off within our minds, we start to lose touch of things as we're being overloaded and heavily weighed down, making it increasingly hard to do the things we need to do. Removing narcissistic people from our lives, working on us and letting it all go. Each step we take, our mind becomes a little clearer, a little lighter, making it a little easier to take the next step until we achieve massive success and let the past go. Usually there is a dark cloud from time to time. Use this to remind you of just how far you have come and just how grateful you are that they are no longer in your life and that negative destruction place is no longer around. Life does get hard at times. We have to learn to grow through it, to find the lessons and leave the mistakes. As you go to a narcissist for reality checks, your mind gets programmed to think a certain way, to feel a certain way. It makes it very difficult to see what's truly happening while you live it, which makes it very difficult to leave. As you're sympathetic and have empathy towards others, you become stuck in the cycle of changing yourself time and time again, trying your best to help them, to please them, while they slowly destroy us. A narcissist will devalue and discard, then love bomb, and then devalue and discard, leaving us to believe it's all our fault, leaving us trauma bonded and willing to take them back when they come back with the Hoover. Then, one day, we wake up and realise we were never in a relationship. We were in a hostage situation of mental and sometimes physical warfare. That we need to change our direction and fast away from the narcissist and start looking onwards and freeing ourselves from them so we begin to heal. You may have been diagnosed with all sorts of illnesses and be taking all sorts of medications, becoming ill over time, getting hit with one thing after another. A narcissist can be determined that you're depressed and take you to the doctors so many times to go on antidepressants, slowly sinking you over time, setting you up for their smear campaigns. A narcissist will poison our minds against ourselves. Be aware that some of your health problems may well be down to the relationship you're in or the people you're around. Once you get out safely, you can take steps to overcome these and move forward to a much happier, healthier life. The first step is getting out. You're allowed to grieve. It's normal. Writing out the truths to help put reality back in. Then looking for things that you enjoy. What do you genuinely enjoy? Then make it a hobby. Work to master your abilities in it. Sometimes the things that make you want to get out of bed are right there within your mind. It's just finding them. It's finding those hobbies. It's finding those dreams. It's finding those passions. It's finding your reason why. Find something, anything for you to focus on while you heal. Your mind will become clearer. Most health problems will heal. Tell yourself you can, and then you show yourself that you will. If you're still in the stage of anger and resentment, normal feelings when someone has duped you, conned you, exploited you, then use this anger and resentment to kickstart your future. The best revenge is living well. Once you start achieving more and more for you, clearing your mind of all the baggage, focusing on the why you need to do something, dreaming up the future in your mind, then take those steps to help you find a way. If you have your way, if you have your dreams, if you have a way, if you have a reason why, you will become more driven to do. Setbacks happen, mistakes happen, failures happen along the way. We are allowed. It's what makes us human. Just learn and go again. You can and you will recover. Start by writing down 3 things that you would like out of your life. And every time you're feeling low, read them and then find the ways to go out there and achieve them. You can and you will. I shall link in the video description the video on fight, flight, freeze and fawn to give you more information on those. If anyone has any thoughts on the video, please add those into the comments. Thank you very much for listening. If you are looking for more support, I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is in the description. Bye.